Okay.
So I'm not probably going to have time to go into her journal entries, but they recovered a bunch of stuff that they had been writing out, and Ruby's journal is filled. If there was anyone who was saying, oh, Ruby sounded, so sorry and apologetic, and how she must have been so taken for a ride by Jody, because Ruby did her Oscars acceptance speech during her sentencing, where she was thanking all the cops and everything. Her journal, which we probably won't get to today, is filled with the sheer delight that she felt in hurting her children.
And it's like dated. It's dated accounts. Like, I don't know why. I guess if you wanted to get away with it, you wouldn't keep a journal, but maybe she wanted to get caught.
I mean, in my opinion, it is.
It's just not really it's being covered on local news outlets, but not like where and why.
But I think it's also partly what we consider to be abuse, and sometimes how, if it's within the spiritual realm, we're just starting to, as a society, understand spiritual abuse and religious abuse, because we've taken that to be very normal. We've normalized it. We accept it. We accept child marriage because of it.
That's right.
That's usually who's preventing those laws from changing is usually religious reasons.
Well, you're the custodial parent of these children. I don't see why we can't explain to you why we're involved. So I don't recall the exact time, but sometime before 11 o'clock today, we received a phone call from 911 on our dispatch that a 12 to 13-year-old boy was knocking on doors in a neighborhood asking for food and water, that he was severely emaciated, that he had skinny, scrawny, malnutrition, not enough food, not enough water to sustain life. So he had He had duct tape on his extremities, on his hands, on his ankles, and those were covering rope burns that were used to tie him down. Take a second and think about what I just said. That's the condition of your son. Given that information, your son was taken to the hospital. A warrant has been applied and granted by the Department of Child and Family Services to remove both Russell and Eve from your wife's care.
Adri, dry 1412, first spun ever, and Amber, your dress is gorgeous.
Thank you. I got this at a estate sale. It's a nighting gown.
Oh, it's a nightgown?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just tuck it in my skirt.
Wearing lingerie as clothes is very in right now.
You could do whatever you want.